and it's preparing. Ooh, we are live already. So much for the downtime. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another inspirational day, morning, evening, just to become inspired. We want to bring you some beautiful, uplifting words, impressions, so you can just have a more beautiful day, share it with others. And today we have a very special guest, an artist we have today, Tiffany Frikkin. And I'd love to tell you a little bit about her first. Tiffany studied art at the College of Creative Studies in Detroit, Michigan, where she received her Bachelor's of Fine Arts. Tiffany currently works, she's an independent contractor, and she's a graphic artist. But she also does these amazing oil and acrylic paintings that are just astounding. And so she is taking steps currently to create a business of selling her fine art. And soon we will let you know when there will be an opening, a showing to her opening gallery when she's prepared to do this. But in the meantime, her work, she includes a realism and abstract art, utilizing mixed mediums on canvas. Breathtaking. Tiffany describes her art as a form of modern expressionism and mixing realistic imagery with abstract movement. Her art expresses a dreamlike state of emotion. So what better of an artist could we bring to you today for inspirational words? And Tiffany, we'd love to see you. Come on up on our stage, love.
Hi there.
Hi, welcome. We're so honored to have you, myself and my beautiful co-host, Sandy Scar. And here we are, Tiffany.
Hi there.
Inspiration. What is inspiration to you?
Well, that's an interesting question because inspiration is absolutely my existence. Everything around me inspires me. And it gets kind of ridiculous at times because it really makes your mind go all over the place when you're inspired by one thing over here and then inspired by another thing over here. And you're thinking about, how can I translate this onto a canvas? And then you're on to the next thing. How can I translate this onto canvas? I really have the mind of a child sometimes, but I think that's okay.
And as we are supposed to keep embodied that beautiful childlike essence, that's our play, that's our love, that's our joy, that's the lack of complication, and that is certainly our connection to spirit when we stay there.
Yes, that's actually surprising you say that. That's a state that I've been working more and more to be in on a daily basis. And I've become very serious about not being serious. There's a paradox. And very, very serious about the idea of not working, and it's more play and being instead of doing. And I should be doing not what I think I should be doing. I should be doing the play and more going with the flow and whatnot. I think I, for a long time, got so caught up in what society says we're supposed to do. And with someone who has a brain like mine, you can't really tamp that down. There's a baseball reference for you. You can't tamp that down and think that it's just going to stay. It bubbles up until it explodes, and either I go nuts or I break free. So that's been my existence as of late. And that has really allowed a lot of inspiration to come through, because when you relax into a state of just noticing and sensation and going with the flow, that's when you really start to notice the details. And that's when the details really start to become absolutely awe-inspiring. We're talking the little things.
Exactly. And so we get to release the should be.
Yes.
And the flow, though, is not the everyday flow. It is the higher frequency of going with the flow.
Yes.
Because the other is the super consciousness of man. And that is the one with all these rules and disconnection and the would be, should be's, the guilts, and all of those things. So
Yes.
when we stay more connected to ourselves deeply in our core and to spirit, then we get to raise our vibration to a frequency that allows all these beautiful flowing essence and inspiration does come in, because we are creative beings. That is, we are light. And so to deny that part of us is when, if you want to think about it logically, it's kind of crazy. Because then we don't function well and we don't stay healthy.
No, we absolutely do not. I experienced that firsthand for a majority of my life, and I really have been dealing with it a lot recently as well. And I finally just decided, like I said, I just want to go with the flow and see what happens. And then that's when creation and inspiration comes through. I think a lot of us have gone through that recently, where we're saying, to heck with it, with what I've been doing and the day-to-day job. It's just, why is this not working for me? Maybe we don't even know. And I went through that too, thinking, what is my higher calling? What is inspiring to me? And I spent years thinking maybe it was healing, some sort of healing modalities, or maybe it was, it's anything other than my natural gift, which I've had since a child. I finally, and it was just recently, hit this point where, and it came with the quiet, and it came with the calm and the going with the flow, where I had I guess, an epiphany for myself, where I thought, I finally reach a point where I'm saying, I'm really good at what I do. My art is good. And there's no ego like pulling me down and saying, you can't do that, you can't say that, don't have such an egotistical mentality. We shove that away and say, I'm good, I'm a damn good artist. And so I have this epiphany that, why did I come here with this ability? It is a natural ability that I was born with.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be it. That has to be my higher calling in some way, shape, or form, because look at how much inspiration I find just on a daily basis, even with ridiculous things.
Exactly. And now that you can appreciate the gift that you've been given, and you are now energetically aligned with yourself, this allows this to come right in and say, well, of course, but we do have to go through a process. And a lot of our process is the fact that we're indoctrinated as children and as society, as we grow up, of what we're told, what we should be achieving and not achieving, and how something's frivolous and how something won't do this and that. But exquisite art from giving from a place of inspiration and spirit, giving of your spirit and of yourself alone is healing, just by somebody visually looking.
Yes.
It is a healing modality.
Yes.
And it absolutely is.
I've recently opened up to that idea as well, where I started saying, before I walk into studio, before I do my work, I open myself up to whatever wants to come through right now. And I want to create this channel and this flow, and whatever, spirit or the universe wants to come through onto the canvas I allow. And the more I did this, the more I found myself going into almost like maybe a slight altered state while I'm doing, and trying to shut the mind off, even though, I do a little bit of thinking about something else off in the distance while I'm doing my canvas work. But I did just recently, interesting story, have a very profound experience while I was allowing myself to drift off into this more meditative state. I felt like it was an actual split in my consciousness, where part of me was doing the painting and it was a completely opposite part of me that was witnessing myself doing this, which is, I don't know how to describe it. It was profound in the fact that that part of me was making choices visually on the canvas that I never would have, and that I was not making myself in that particular moment. I remember noticing this. I was in a state of observing myself, and I'm thinking, well, that's interesting. I didn't make that choice. So who or what made that choice? And I think it was this split off and allowing, perhaps it was higher guidance or higher consciousness to come through. And it lasted for 45 minutes to an hour. I just stayed in it and watched the whole thing sort of happen before my eyes. And I remember even in there thinking, with the observing self, man, I hope I don't come out of this, step back, take a look at it, and regret everything that I just allowed to happen. And step back and go, what did I just do? Oh no, this won't work. But thankfully that didn't happen. It was fun. It was really fun.
Oh, that is a precious moment to experience. And the truth of it is, however, you were making those choices. You just weren't logically, linearly making those choices. The bigger part of you was help steering you at the same time. So you were kind of sort of in two realities at the same time. And and the more you do the energy work, the more you're going to be able to exist that way and enjoy a sense of freedom that you just didn't think was possible. And it is joyous. It's more of the beautiful path that the Apache say we have a choice. And you did mention that once you decided you were going to allow yourself to have each day more open to inspiration, then what happens? You have more inspiration. And why? It's because we even create our own world, whether we're conscious of what we're creating or unconscious. So big kudos, because in the past you've been very linear in the head.
And I never thought that when I finally got rid of that linear seriousness, I never thought that it would be an actual split like that, which that's fun and surprising, and I'm glad it worked out that way. I don't know how it works for other people, but that's how it worked for me. I even had everything has to be humorous for me. I even had a really funny moment where the observer self came in and said, oh no, that's not going to work, and went to fix it. And so I had a new color. I had a new color on my paintbrush, and I went to go fix it, but then my hand moved to the next color where that color was originally intending to be. And I'm like, but that's not the same. That's a different color now. Hold on a second. Like I had to step in and go, all right, hold on a sec. That's a dark brown. It has to go back over here. Let me do this for a second. I was thinking this to myself. Let me do this for a second. But this other part of me was like, no, we're moving on. Like, you can't move on now. I just changed colors. Hold on a second.
You got to love it. Sandy, What do you think of this experience for Tiffany? I mean,
I can
very
totally
amazing.
relate. I can totally relate to Tiffany's experience. I'm so proud of her for stepping into this world of inspiration. And I've had similar experiences, and mine has been with the computer screens, as I've shared with Karina. They don't look the same anymore. They're just different. And it's like different words. I mean, they're not a screen, they're different images. And because I spend so much time on the screen, I don't know, they're a different dimension. And it's like an opening to a whole new world. And the more you explore that, Tiffany, the more wonders you're going to feel and experience. And I'm just so proud of you for entering this world,
Thank you.
because it's just very wonderful.
It really is. It's exciting.
It is.
And so to see the work that's going to come out from all of this.
Yes, I want to see the painting.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to have a private showing first as you're doing the pieces, but also we will have links for you to be able to follow Tiffany too. I mean, she's on Instagram and Pinterest and something else, but we'll put it in the comments after so you can follow.
Tiffany is quite the artist, and I just really see her career taking off in a whole new direction.
Mhm.
And I've shared this with Tiffany before, and there's a huge art showing in Michigan, and I get chills every time I think of Tiffany there, because I know she's going to be there. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to see her display in person.
Thank you. There's a couple big ones in Michigan.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And you know, as we do more and more of this time now where we do bring in more light, and that's what being inspired is about, and sharing it and all the different methods that we all work in. Ultimately, the goal ends up being the same. We just have different methods of expression because everybody is unique. And so we encourage everyone to start to embrace the things that maybe you took for granted before that really are a talent and a gift. They don't have to fit into mainstream. In fact, you're probably better off if they don't. And the veils are thinning now, so it is easier to connect. And it's really a very, very important time to start connecting one-on-one with yourself, to have a much better relationship, a much better understanding, so you can also connect to the divine a lot easier and really understand where your real source is coming from. Because as we're living this life, yes, there's always going to be people with turmoils and different opinions and things out of control and crazy. But the truth of it is, we get to have control over ourselves. And it depends on our perceptions of how we are handling things. And we build up tools and modalities so when we get hit with stuff, and that's life, we function with it in a much healthier method that we can still honestly enjoy life and bring into fruition what are really hopes and dreams and things we want to achieve. It's
Mhm.
all possible. I know a lot of people think it's impossible for changes, but that's not true. It is very possible. And when we in Sufi, they always say embrace the child, because there is so much love, unconditional love. And with that unconditional love, there's so much power in that.
Mhm.
Power to create, power to enjoy, power to help somebody else just by embracing this type of inspiration. And you start to learn to love yourself and appreciate yourself. And the more you do that, the more others will start gravitating to you that are aligned with you energetically, which helps create a better life for you.
Mhm. I totally believe that. More and more, I believe that. I really do believe that every single person came here with a particular gift that they're meant to express while they're here. And it may be individual, it may be very unique. It may seem like you think something that's not mainstream. Maybe it's meant to just be, you're somebody that affects and heals your family, or you're the anchor that holds everybody together. You're everybody's rock. If you feel into that and it makes sense, then I really think that that's perhaps something you should, there I am with the should, something you could, if you chose to, try to explore.
Absolutely. I know. Words have their own power. We understand that. And sometimes we're all still working with it. It is a process as long as we're in this physical human body. Regardless of us being a spiritual being, it is a process. So there you go, even our words. And so yes, I work with language tracking with that, with the programs, as both lovely Sandy is in a program and Tiffany has been in a program with me. And those of you who know, I'm an author and a writer with Let's Be Clear, and which Spirit has co-written that with me, and they've inspired me to write a second book. And I bring that up now because it is about inspiration. And for those who would love to share a story, an inspiring story, we are going to invite you to submit them. It could be a poem, it could be a phrase, it could be a situation that happened, it could be something that happened to a friend that you want to share and share with others. And with that, we're going to play a little bit, keeping in the spirit of childlike. And we will be picking some stories that we will air with your permission, of course, and come close to when the book is almost finished to be published, there will be a contest to select a few of the stories to go into the book that you will now have your story published with me. And so we're looking forward to all that. Know that we're going to be on every first and third Thursday. And yes, we are going to be consistent. We have the whole year mapped out and into next year already. So yes, we are here. You're going to start seeing the replays on the Facebooks and in LinkedIn and on our YouTubes and on the Instagrams. And we're going to post everything as much as we can. We're going to also let you know when there are beautiful things coming up, like there will be, again, Sandy and I are co-hosting our Summit of Faith, Hope, and Love, May 23rd, 4th, and 25th. So it's in the evening, Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m. We have special guests, of course, all this beautiful content and bonuses come. And there's a lot of you that have come, and we're asking you to keep on coming and bring your friends because our calling is to inspire and uplift and help you get on the path that you want to be on and didn't think was possible, but are. And Sandy, is there anything I forgot?
Well, I'm not sure you forgot anything, but there's something I would like to add.
Please.
And that is that everybody has a light within. And I encourage you to shine your light and shine your light to others in a smile. Shine your inspiration as Tiffany does. Shine your light in your own unique ways and learn to shine your light so that it increases in its brightness so that you can show the light and the way to others.
Exactly. And so that's why we are doing the CSI, to get the inspiration and the light more radiant, not just within you because you are light, but have you understand that you can become the beacon for anybody and anything around you, for Mother Earth, the planet, our air system. We all are connected and we all really do help one another. And it is really a beautiful symbiotic relationship when you embrace it. And everyone is unique. We may seem similar in a lot of ways, but yet we're all unique. And Tiffany is extremely unique in her approach of her gorgeous art. I can't wait for the public to start viewing some of the pieces when she's ready to release them. And
Thank you.
we will stay tuned. There is much coming. So please stay tuned. And we really hope you have the most blessed day. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Tiffany, so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Much love to all.
Bye.